Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I just wanted to kind of show this cool little setting that I recently found as I was kind of updating my charts and everything. And I just thought it was really cool, and it really kind of helps, at least on my 1-minute charts. And so if you see my other videos, you know, like one of the things that I really love about this platform is that, you know, you can have your candles the way that you want, and then you can zoom in and then you can get to the footprint chart. So I thought that was great. You know, like it's like how TradingView behaves, and you can just easily get to multiple types of charts just in one view. So I think, you know, that's pretty amazing. One challenge I did have is like with the setting, I was like, well, I can't really zoom in much more than this, right? Because like if you zoom in more, you're like, well, now you're in the footprint. And so I was always like, I just kind of accepted the fact that I can't get any closer than this. But then I found that there's a setting. So if you go to settings, and if you find it here, I think it's under other. Yeah, under other here. So you can kind of see this is called, you know, you can auto transform candles to footprint. So, I mean, this was meant to be checked already because I've been messing with it. But when you click that, or when you take it off, right? If I took it off and then I can click OK. And so now it's like you have this where I can just zoom in as much as I want, right? And so I can zoom in as much as I want here. If I wanted to zoom in and like really zoom in, say, okay, like what does this thing say? You can kind of do that. I think if you zoom in really close, you can see it's like, you know, like there's like 75 orders here sitting there, right? And so it's kind of cool, like, and you can just like really like zoom in if you really wanted to. And so, you know, I was like, all right, that's nice. But then if you still wanted to keep the footprint, maybe you just wanted to be able to zoom a bit closer, you could do your settings like, and let me just find it here, for transforms. So we can do like, yes, we want to transform it, but instead of having it at the width of 20, let's say you make it at the width of like 40, let's say, you know, and so I click that. So then, okay, that's already at width of 40. So that's already too zoomed in. But if I wanted to make it, you know, more, let's say if I make it 100, right? So now it's like I can get this close, and then I can even get closer, which is cool. And it doesn't turn to anything. And then I can even do things like control and just mouse over this heat map and say, okay, like, you know, what was the history of this like heat map lines, like 200, and it got bigger and all that. So that's kind of cool, right? And I can zoom in a bit more, and it's not until you really zoom in that you start seeing the footprint. And so I just thought this was a super helpful feature. I think for me, like I'm on the fence on if I want to have the ability to zoom into footprint on the 1 minute. Like I've done it before, and it is helpful, but I mostly use it on the 1 hour and the 15 minute. So I may just turn this off on the 1 minute, so that way I don't really have to kind of deal with any performance issues there, and kind of zooming in and getting to this place where I don't really want to be. Using this a lot better, and yeah, just user friendly when it comes to like zooming in, taking screenshots, and really seeing like, hey, what's going on here? If you really want to see like these little nuances with like, you know, there's this absorption that happened here, and it's like, oh, they had this big buy here and then broke down and all that stuff. Cool. Well, hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, I guess post them in the comments, and I'm happy to kind of demo and show some more stuff. I will say there are a few things coming on the ATASX front. I know they're having an update to their heat maps, and so that's something that I think they're making that available at a Classic soon, ATASX Classic, and then they'll make it available to ATASX or ATASX. And then also the following manager is available. And so so you can kind of see it here. So this is the built-in trade copier, but I haven't quite played around with it yet. And so I'll start testing it, and I'll definitely make a video on that. Cool. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck, and don't get caught. Thank you.